Hey everyone, Water Elemental here, giving you an update on what's going on currently with the channel. I like to do these every now and again when there's kind of some stuff going on behind the scenes that we want to make clear to you guys what's happening. First off, it's the podcast. The show has been on a little bit of a weird fluctuation schedule, if anybody's been keeping up with that, mainly due to Axis having a new job that requires him to change his schedule weekly, as well as him working nights and sometimes weekends, so our schedules might not lock up, not only during time periods, but he might be working a night shift and being super tired, and myself probably can't stay super late to edit the video and stuff like that. So there's a lot of trying to get it to work. We're always going to be making sure that we cover everything from the last podcast to the one that we currently record, so we won't miss any information. We might have a little bit of late news, but we still want to cover everything that's been happening in the game, just like we always do. And yeah, it sucks. That's one thing about not being able to record in person. But we also have the luxury now of audio being synced up and actually having good quality audio. It took 4 weeks. 1 week I would have really great audio, he would have really crappy audio, and then it'd be vice versa. But now we've got the settings down that it's going to sound like we're in the same room again without a lot of the human interactions that happen in between. We can actually edit that out if there's noise on my side or on his side. So that's one plus to it. Still sucks he's not in the same room recording, but life goes on. We have to grow and evolve. But the show will go on, and we will still continue to record the show for as long as League of Legends is relevant and we actually have people listening to us. So, yay! Second note on the podcast, we are working on a new little splash screen for when we talk about patch notes. I know that we tried doing patch notes and the main show separately. That works really well when there are weeks that actually require more than 30 minutes of video, especially if it's a long patch and stuff like that. And we will do that if it comes down to having a show that would be super, super, super long. For weeks that we do cover the patch in the same episode as splashes and new characters and stuff like that, I will be using a new splash art screen that's going to look a little different. It's probably going to be different colored, maybe green. I haven't used green yet in a splash art look. And it's going to have all the characters that we talk about for more than probably a couple of changes. And it's going to have a color-coded icon for nerfs, buffs, art changes, character reworks, all sorts of stuff, so you can actually see while you're listening what we're talking about. And we'll also have the splash arts at the bottom right, so you will know what character we're currently talking about. So I figure something static that we can switch in and out fairly quickly would be super cool for patches, because I know that a lot of people are like, well, there's not much going on the screen. Well, I'll get a little bit more on there for patches. So that's a quick fix, and I'm still working on the layout and actually making it look decent, so give it time. Probably won't be in this next episode, but the week after. Hex has had a little bit of production issues, mainly drive. I'm kind of disappointed to say that it's my lack of interest in the game that's kind of killing it, but it's not because I hate the game itself. There's an encounter I'm currently facing in the campaign setting that is very unwatchable, and it is very, very, very annoying and frustrating, and it's put me into one of two positions that I don't want to be in. A, skip it entirely, which I want to cover as much as I can with the campaign, or B, do it off screen. And both of them are not very good options. The first is I have to play these encounters over and over again. For those who haven't watched this or have caught up, essentially what's going on is I have to escort 100 civilians from one point of the map to another, and it could either take one attempt at a very hard boss, 2 attempts at medium difficulty, or 3 with easy. And every civilian I have with me, at the time I can choose between 1 to 100, they will be inside my deck. Now, they are very useful, but the problem is the enemy deck is expecting you to use them, and it's expecting you to use creatures whatsoever. The more creatures you play, the faster the enemy gets to win. And I have B-reel footage of me losing on turn 2, and that is extremely frustrating and unfun, and I can't stand it. I'm not gonna lie, it is a very awful encounter, and it shames to say me that I have to be in a position of, for the enjoyment that I get for actually making that series, I would have to skip content that maybe someone might want to watch me actually encounter. So what I might do is, depending on what people say in the video, or I'm going to talk to some other people that are involved with the show and see what they feel. I might come back to it at a later point. But yeah, that's the current situation I'm in. Some people have suggested new decks and stuff, but the thing is, I don't want to build a deck specifically to beat an encounter. The deck I'm currently using is supposed to be one that evolves as I play. Yes, I'm putting cards in that I've been purchasing and stuff like that, but the deck evolves over time, and it's always been done on screen so you can see what's going on. So having a deck that's built to just beat these one encounters and be done, yes, it's effective, but it's not the deck that I wanted to kind of evolve and stick with me through the whole journey. Kind of like Yugi's deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it kind of evolves over time. Little silly, but that's kind of what I wanted to do with it. I will try to get back to it next week, rain or shine, but until then I have to decide what I want to do, and that's kind of a bummer. Other stuff, you guys might have noticed we were doing a Dark Souls playthrough. We've been talking about this for a while, something that Belier and I wanted to do. We kind of put the Kingdom Hearts video on hold, not because out of enjoyment, but because, again, I've moved so far away from everybody else, and Kingdom Hearts is a very long series. We thought we'd find something that was a little bit more, not pick up and play, but a different format, since both of us aren't trading places and stuff like that. We're going to do Dark Souls, and I think that has more potential for more interesting events and stuff. And there's been definitely some good moments where, like, genuine, like, anger and fear have popped out, and some good, like, surprise stuff. So that's been doing well. We might return to Kingdom Hearts, but right now I think Dark Souls is a good Let's Play thing that we can do over time. I'm trying to put them out 2 times a week, but again, scheduling and a lot of stuff going on at work right now kind of put my schedule in a little bit of a blender. So we'll give it time and we'll see what actually happens with that. But in the end, Dark Souls is probably going to go on for a while until we get bored or we beat it. I highly doubt that that's going to happen in a timely manner. I've been also looking into bringing in some more people for just some videos. I do have roommates now. They're super awesome people, and one of them I work with, and he can come on and we might do some fun stuff. He's been wanting to do a lot of retro and classic stuff, and I would wholeheartedly be down for just kind of like some simple one-time looks at some videos. Like, he was talking about Monster Rancher and stuff like that. I think that would be super fun, just to kind of do some one-offs of some games that we haven't seen in ages. And he has a lot of import stuff too. So if we ever get that kind of urge to play some port stuff, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's kind of the update of what's going on right now. It's been a little slow. The adjustment to doing things in a different manner has definitely been hard. But at the same time, I think things are evolving in a good manner. And I want to keep things up and to the right, as they put it in business. Keep scaling forward. More human interaction, definitely, we would like to do in the show. So if you guys have any questions, anything like that, we say it every week, please contact us. We want to get in contact with people who are watching the show and enjoying it, so we can make it better for you. And I say this every time. We do this for you guys as much as we do it for ourselves to keep our sanity. So please, if you're enjoying the show, let us know. We want to be better. And we want that human feedback. So please, give it to us. We're going to try to run a contest here soon. We're trying to give incentives for people for interacting. So please, not a Patreon plug, just let us know what you think. And I would definitely appreciate that. And so would Axis and Belier and Jolly Green and anybody else that has worked on it in the past. So anyways, this has been Water Elemental. Thank you for listening, guys. And hopefully the next couple of months improve and we have some really cool things come out for you guys. So until then, see you next time.